KRSC-FM Claremore, Tulsa. Your only choice for true alternative music. Streaming online in over 35 time zones. Real College Radio, 91.3 FM.
We're taking over this town. Get ready, because for the next 2 hours...
Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
It's all about the music, the strange, and nothing ordinary.
We're not ordinary people. We're morons.
All right, what's up?
It's Culture Shock.
That's right, it's 91.3 FM, RSU Radio. You are tuned in to Culture Shock right now with me, Turbo.
And me, Karen Kilowatt.
That's right, we got a great show lined up for you this week. Guess what we have?
What do we have?
We have a Bigfoot enthusiast, a man who has
Ooh.
actually claimed to had at least several, face-to-face encounters with
Right
Bigfoot
on.
himself. Yeah. So we'll be speaking with him here in just a bit. We also, of course, have Turbo's Tidbits.
Yes, we do. And strange, silly, stupid news stories.
Which I'm excited to hear about.
Yeah, they're pretty fantastic.
You kind of gave me the headlines on a few of them, so I'm certainly intrigued.
They're really good.
Yeah, I'd like to hear them. Yeah, there's a lot going on here in the Tulsa area also this weekend, something specific that we need to talk about.
Yeah, this, Turbo brought this to me, and I was just, shocked by it. They're having a naked bicycle ride in Tulsa over by, I guess, the Brookside area.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later,
Yeah.
but yeah, you heard it here. If you haven't heard it anywhere else, there will be a naked bike ride in Tulsa this Saturday.
It's craziness.
That is craziness. As always, we do take requests. 343-7913 is the number that you need to hit us up so we can knock you out with the best and true alternative music, but also... if you have questions and you want to ask the gentleman that's up here about his Bigfoot experience, again, 343-7913, feel free to give us a call. Right now, let's do some flogging Molly. You have anything in mind?
How about some Requiem for a Dying Song?
All right, here it comes. Keep it here. It's 91.3.
The Real College Radio. 91.3 RSU Radio. What's going on? I am Karen Kilowatt.
And I am Turbo.
And you're listening to Culture Shock. And if you want to participate in the show, you can either call us at 343-7913 or you can send us an email at cultureshock913@hotmail.com.
That's right. And if you're, internet savvy and down with the social networking sites, you can also contact the radio station, MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter.com/RSU Radio. Fan up with us and, stay current with all things going on here at RSU Radio. Speaking of things going on here at RSU Radio, during this show, we actually have what we're going to call a Bigfoot enthusiast.
Yes.
Yes. And he has asked us, to not use his real name because you can imagine that with, somebody who's claiming to have had experiences with Bigfoot that...
In this area,
in
let
this
alone...
area, yeah, that there are probably a lot of people that would try to contact you.
Oh, yeah, or just show up on your property.
Right. Okay, so we're joined here right now by Bigfoot enthusiast. Bulletmaker is what you've asked us to, refer to you as.
That's right, Turbo, and it's nice to be here with you and Karen.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you coming up to the show. So, Bulletmaker, why Bulletmaker?
Bulletmaker is because I make my own bullets. I do a lot of hunting, and I started that hobby 30 years ago, so I just stuck with the name Bulletmaker because I make my own bullets to shoot.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
Sense.
So the claim that you're making right now, and I say claim because, of course, we can't say for sure that, this is or is not. We haven't experienced it ourselves. Mm-hmm. But you provided us with a few pictures that are available on a website called StanCourtney.com. Real quick, for those of you that are tuned in via the web, Stan Courtney is StanCourtney.com. StanCourtney.com. You can go on there and check out some of his pictures. They're actually on the first page. Scroll about 3/4 of the way down, and you'll get to check them out. So you've had what you're going to say is several face-to-face encounters with Bigfoot, then?
Absolutely. I've had several face-to-face encounters. I've had lots of sightings, but probably 7 or 8 actual face-to-face that some of them have only been 8 foot away from me.
I gotcha.
That's scary.
Yeah, that is a bit scary. So, if you could, tell us what are you feeling when you're, having a face-to-face encounter with these guys?
Scared as all get out.
Okay.
And a surreal moment.
Uh-huh.
And it's like actually it's actually you're too scared to be scared. It's like here they are. They're not supposed to even exist, and you're looking at them face to face. So therefore, it's a surreal moment.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, some people would. The first question that would come to my mind, and I'm not, of course, I'm not for just slaughtering or killing innocent animals by any means, but the Bigfoot debate has been going on for years and years and
since
years.
What, like the 60s, if not way before?
Right, and there's that classic video of Bigfoot walking through a California forest at one point that was later debunked, and so there's been several things to disprove Bigfoot. Yet you're having all these experiences over here. I guess where is this happening? Can you only just say that it's happening here in Oklahoma?
It's happening really all around the state. I'm not the only one that has seen these creatures. There's quite a few people out there that hunt them. There's hunting clubs even, Bigfoot clubs. But I'm the only one that's had the most sightings.
Okay, so what I was curious about is why is it that you feel compelled to not say maybe shoot one of these animals so that you can prove to the world that they actually do exist?
I don't want to shoot one because I take pictures. I have game cameras set up, and I've got 5 pictures actually of 5 different Bigfoots that's walked by my cameras. You all have seen 2 of those.
Yeah,
on the
those are the
website.
ones that are up on the site that are
Right.
like 3/4 down.
Yeah.
Right.
And these pictures, if you go and look online, are unreal. You got to check them out. It will blow
they're at
you
the
away.
very
It's
least,
awesome.
they're at the very least, they're quite convincing as to where it is something. What it is
yeah.
you have now game camera set up. You said
That's correct. Yes, in this particular incident right here, a friend of mine, John, he's one of my partners, good friend of mine. We had 6 cameras set up out in the woods by this canyon, and we had bait there for a while. However, the raccoons and the coyotes, etc., got the bait. So we were just lucky. All of a sudden, wham bam! Here's this picture of we estimate him to be about 7 foot tall, and the way we derive that figure is that when we got the film developed. Now let me back up. Most of our cameras are those new, it takes the SD cards, and therefore you can immediately go put them in your computer and see what picture you've got. However, 2 of the cameras are the 35 millimeters, and wouldn't you know, that's the one that took the picture. So therefore, we had to wait to go get it developed. Well, when we got it developed, this lady that we know very well that does all of our work, she called me and she says, "Hey, Bulletmaker," she said, "you guys got him."
Can I interrupt you really quick and ask you a question, just because it's on topic? You were talking about you think he's about 7 feet tall. What are some of the other physical characteristics that you've actually been able to kind of see either face-to-face or through the photography?
The ones I've had face-to-face encounters with have been about 5'7", and they're stocky built like me. I weigh 330 pounds, and I'd say they go that much, and they're very strong built. No neck, a rounded head like you and I, and I have found out a whole bunch of stuff about these creatures that hardly anybody else even knows. They're just all guessing. I have actually found out what makes them tick.
That's interesting.
So
cool.
So yes, 5'6" is about average.
Okay.
But I have observed taller ones off in the distance. One was 65 yards away. It was 3 years ago. I was sitting in a tower stand, deer hunting, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And of course, this was late November, so the foliage is off the trees, and it's a beautiful evening. And at 3 o'clock, I see motion coming down the fence line, thinking that maybe that's a big old deer.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll tell you what, Bulletmaker. We're going to go ahead and we're going to roll through a short break. We're going to save that story for later. If you guys are just tuning in, you're listening to Culture Shock with Karen Kilowatt and Turbo, and we're sitting here with a Bigfoot enthusiast who is laying claim to the fact that Bigfoot does live in Oklahoma.
Yes.
But I will say one thing real quick. We were talking about his appearance earlier.
Yeah.
I think everybody's conception about, evidently a misconception about Bigfoot is that
he's like this
big,
huge,
that he's 7-8 foot tall, and you're claiming that they're about 5'6". And what would you say the tallest one that you could guesstimate was?
Well, now the tallest one that I estimate was probably 8 foot.
Okay, all
Wow.
right. Well, we're going to roll through this short break. We'll be back with Bulletmaker here, who again, one more time, is a Bigfoot enthusiast who has had several face-to-face sightings with or sightings of Bigfoot. And when we come back, we're going to do some new stuff from Coheed and Cambria.
Heck yes. Love Coheed.
Yeah, they got a new album out. We're going to play you a track called Here We Are Juggernauts. Keep it here. It's 91.3.
Cool.
Real College Radio.
This is Real College Radio.
You are tuned in to Culture Shock, and it's all going down right here on 91.3 FM. What's up? I am Turbo.
And I'm Karen Kilowatts.
And we're kicking it here right now with a man who refers to himself as Bulletmaker. He is a Bigfoot enthusiast.
Yes,
now,
he is.
During the break, we had a couple of people call in.
Oh, we did. We had some good questions.
We had some good questions. One of which I'm going to have to put, wow, I don't even know how to word
You're
it.
going to have to, like, back to elementary school days.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that the FCC doesn't come down on us for this one.
they're
But
not
we do
gonna
have
do
an
that.
innocent enough question first, and we'll ask you about that one. Bridget from Collinsville called in, and she wanted to know if you had ever seen a juvenile Bigfoot.
Yeah, yes, I have. I've seen several, all probably a total of 4. You know, in my last
4
30
different actual Bigfoots.
4 different.
Okay.
Yes, from
All right.
all the way from babies to those that are about 3.5 foot tall.
Right. Now, the one that you saw that was a baby, like, was it walking on its own, being carried in the arm, and what could you make out as on the features of the baby Bigfoot?
Oh, excellent features. He walked by one of my game cameras and took his picture. Mama's back was to the camera, and baby's on her shoulder looking at the camera. Looks just like a chimpanzee, except thicker skull
Huh.
and more of a
heavier brow.
heavier brow.
Okay.
But cute little thing, had a longer nose. Now here's the thing about Bigfoot. In the ape kingdom, the apes have longer noses in cold climates to warm up the air before it goes in to the
okay.
lung.
Right on.
I see.
So that's why it had a longer nose. So a lot of people,
So what do you think the likelihood of you mistaking this for maybe an ape, actually? I mean, like somehow, some way, some apes ended up in Oklahoma. I mean, do you think that that's, maybe possibly the case, or are you just absolutely convinced that this is Bigfoot and nothing else?
I'm absolutely, it is Bigfoot, and I would say it's a North American ape that nobody has ever seen or been able to categorize yet, actually.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. And we had another question,
We
and this
do
is the
have
one.
another question.
Yeah, this is the one I have to be delicate about.
Yes.
And
This is for Trent,
yes,
right?
Trent and Claremore.
Good old Trent
Yeah.
and Claremore.
Thanks, Trent, for this question. But I mean, I got to say, he does pose a
valid point.
a valid and
Oh,
a
yeah.
legitimate question. He was asking about the reproductive organs and whether or not, obviously these are animals or heavily furred and are not wearing clothes. So have you been able, like, how are you able to tell, male from female when it comes to these animals?
Well, the males, I really haven't got to see their genitalia because of their thick fur. However, the females, on the other hand, has breast. And so, therefore, you would just assume that they're just like us,
Right.
from
Okay.
that standpoint.
Okay,
Right on.
very cool. All right, we do have another short break to roll through.
Right on.
And we also, something I'm very
Also-
excited about.
What's that?
There's a new soundtrack out.
Yeah, there is actually.
Yes, and typically this is not something you would ever hear me mention or talk about.
Or me, because I am not a fan of this sort of thing
no,
at
no.
all. We make fun of it all the time.
Constantly. Twilight Eclipse is due out, I think, June 30th in the theaters. And the new soundtrack, if it's not out, it's coming out very soon.
It's epic.
But yeah, I got to admit, the
It makes
soundtrack
me
is
sad.
I
It's so
know.
awesome.
You don't want to say that it's so
no, I don't.
awesome.
Be like, dude, the new Twilight soundtrack is so rad.
Yeah,
And it's,
but it
oh
really
my
is.
Gosh.
It's a very good soundtrack. Lots of, I guess you could say, artists that this station plays.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to play one of our favorites. This is
Yes.
my favorite off of the new album or the new soundtrack. Wow, kind of stuttering there. The Black Keys. I'm going to play Chop and Change.
Heck
So
yes.
don't go anywhere. Keep it right here if you have a request or if you want to ask the Bigfoot enthusiast, Bulletmaker, a question about
Keep
Bigfoot.
it PG.
Yes, keep it. Help us out
At
here.
least, yeah.
It is college radio.
Make our job a little bit easier.
Right. But yeah, give us a call at
343-7913.
Keep it right here. This is 91.3 FM and Culture Shock.
This is Real College Radio. True alternative music.